In this video, I would like to go over our mid-semester programming project, which is due before the spring break. I want you to try your OpenGL skills to render something like a silhouette of a ship on the open sea horizon. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular, not like many details on this picture. Rather, I want some appearance of a shape that reminds a boat. You could probably make it with 3 or 4 triangles combined and choose some colors that you like. It's not very sophisticated. I'm not asking you to use animation or anything fancy. Just create a combination of a few triangles and show it on the screen. You will have a chance to practice your C++ skills and using the ideas we discussed in our labs. You can use any of our prior labs to complete the work. If you use Laboratory 3 results, remember that all your coordinates must stay in range from -1 to +1 because the vertex shader in this laboratory does not have a projection matrix or modeling matrix to resize and translate your triangles. Or you can use the solution to Laboratory 5, where we added support for vertex indexing, which isn't a bad idea. Finally, I put together another project, which I cloned from the results of Lab 5 with indexing support. In this prototype, instead of one, I have 2 models, one for a boat and another one for the ocean surface. In this prototype, instead of one, I have 2 models, one for a boat and another one for the ocean surface. So this is the main program, and here are pointers to the model objects. You can download a copy of this prototype from our weekly assignments page. And this is the link to the zip file of the prototype to get started. To avoid problems with the file path to the shaders, unzip the contents of the prototype zip file into the labs folder, like we did with all of our other laboratory exercises. You can see it from this main file that this was originally the solution to Laboratory 5. To make the animation a bit more interesting, I wrote the code to compute rotation for the boat that it looks like moving on water with some wave action. So let me show you. Just beware that I didn't make any effort to display the 2 models that look like anything realistic, not even the colors. I simply kept the triangles from Lab 5. But inside this program, the definition of these triangles fall into the category of the boat, and these 3 triangles are the actual surface of the ocean. So the theta angle gets updated in every animation frame, and again this is obsolete, this should say radians. Alright, so then I compute the sine of theta, of course, which will return the value in range from -1 to 1, and multiply it by 15 to keep the sway angle in range from -15 to 15 degrees. And then I build my rotation matrix off of the sway angle, convert it to radians, and of course use the z-axis to move the model of the boat. So my models, of course, don't look anything like realistic. I simply kept the triangles from Laboratory 5. So I just made a copy and said, this is the ocean surface vertices and this is the ship vertices. And one final note. If you want to make a copy of an existing lab, like in this case, this folder was originally a copy of Lab 5. Be sure to update BCC project name macro to match the name of the project directory. Otherwise, it will fail to load your shaders when the program starts. Again, any coding or technical issues should be posted on the discussion forum for everyone to see and debate and benefit. And I want you to zip your entire Visual Studio project before submitting. To reduce the size of your zip file, exit from Visual Studio and delete release, debug, or .vs folders if you have them in your project. So right here, I would normally delete .vs, debug, and release subfolder if I had them in my project.